What's up, homies? This is the Herbie and Mattress podcast, and we're here to talk about all things sports, uncensored, all the time. We're going to start out by talking about the Tiger Woods press conference, which is everybody's talking about, at least what we're talking about. And Herbie, how would you say that press conference went for Tiger?
I would say it was an absolute debacle. I have never seen a grown man look so childish and so unprofessional, and given the amount of time he had to prepare for something like this.
I mean, he had 10 weeks to prepare for this press conference.
And probably the 10 best publicists in the country who all earn $10 million a year working on this.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there were millions of dollars spent in this press conference.
It's probably the most expensive piece of paper that's been generated in a very long time.
Absolutely.
You know, besides like a Monet painting.
No, I mean, yeah, but that's like an actual work of art by an artist.
Exactly. A collective one by many people who have jobs, because there's a lot of stupid people in the world.
Right, I mean, but there's been publicists that have been probably from the same agency. I mean, I don't know the agency. I mean, I'm not going to, actually get into the real details. But, how could it have gone so wrong for him? I mean, he did himself no favors. Would you say no favors?
None whatsoever. I mean, it begs the question, what was the point? What was the point of even doing it?
I have no idea.
He gained nothing from it.
I mean,
he only had stuff to lose by doing it in the format he did. Even if he delivered it well, the format didn't allow him to gain anything from the situation.
Absolutely. But all that aside, I mean, I think a lot of people were interested by the press conference, but I don't think a lot of people are still upset about the press conference or angry, or there's no activists outside the PGA Tour headquarters. I think everybody just wants to know, when is he going to get back and play golf?
Well, that's all anybody really cares about in reality, right? I mean...
Well, the people who actually do care. I mean, there's some people who watched it just because they don't know, they enjoy watching people do these kinds of things. I mean, I know I did, but
yeah.
also...
Well, it's definitely a good source of entertainment, but I think it has reached a point. I mean, as you know, I've been saying from the beginning, he had to make his apology and then try to move on. As Kobe and Alex Rodriguez showed us, it's the simplest way to get through a situation such as this. And the fact that he hid for so long in a rehab, which apparently he didn't participate in. But now he finally, I guess, quote-unquote, has made his apology, despite how poorly it was. So now we're at the point where we can move on. And time is...
But then he's going back to rehab. He didn't even give us a date when he's coming back. That's all I want to know. When am I going to see him out on the golf course?
Yeah,
no answers.
No answers. And I mean, that's what everybody wants to know. And obviously the commissioner of golf was trying, to kiss Tiger Woods' ass afterwards.
Absolutely. Tim Fincham, I believe is his name.
Yeah, I mean, his whole career, I mean, I don't even know anything about this man.
First of all, if you were commissioner of any sport, your job is to put your sport in the best money-earning capacity that you possibly can.
That is, your job by definition, essentially.
Absolutely.
And so...
That's what you're hired to do.
Yeah.
Presumably, you can perform the task at a pretty high level.
Exactly. I mean, he probably doesn't get as much as the other commissioners, but I'm sure he still earns a decent salary.
Absolutely.
So what
he probably gets a cut of the winnings.
Yeah. So what exactly does this man do?
What does he do for a job on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
I mean, he goes into his office, he sits down, presumably it's 8 or 9 in the morning, just put that out there. I don't know what he does. What does his secretary say? This is your order of business today.
Does he even have enough tasks to necessitate the use of secretary?
I don't think so. He probably is his own secretary.
As we were discussing earlier, you brought up the point that golfers don't have a union. There is no...
They're individual enterprises.
Collective bargaining agreements, things like this. There's nothing that he has to deal with. They're like an individual person. I mean, you have opens, so... just a person can come in and play.
It's an open event?
It's an open event.
There's no rules.
You can't do that in the NBA. I mean... You
can open games.
Yeah.
Well, imagine how ridiculous that would be.
So, as far as I think you and I are both concerned, this man's job is to make Tiger Woods play golf.
Absolutely. Because there's no better way to bring more money into the PGA Tour than to get Tiger Woods back on the golf course.
Yeah, golf will... I mean, look at what Tiger Woods has done to golf.
Oh, what was it before him? It was nothing.
It was nothing. And now, with his huge contract with Nike starting out in the very beginning, ESPN showed last night showing the effect monetarily he's had on golf. And
it's
the
incredible.
Effectiveness he's tripled their revenue.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and there was something like 9 players who made over $1 million before he came in, the first year before he came in, and this last year 91 players made $1 million playing golf.
And I guarantee you, each and every one of those players wants to see Tiger Woods out there because they know those figures. They've been playing golf for 20 years. They remember before Tiger, and then they remember when they put that big addition on their house after Tiger.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you were to win a championship when he's not there, you're still going to question it. I mean, I likened it to that of the Rockets winning 2 championships when Jordan was retired.
Right, like Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah,
but right. Nobody thinks back-to-back titles
yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, like, that's just, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's just like, it's a dull point. It's a blank spot in the NBA almost.
It didn't even happen.
And as soon as a major is played in the PGA without Tiger Woods there, it's going to be the same blank spot.
Absolutely. So basically, you have a situation with the PGA right now where they're making a third less money than they were making before if Tiger is not on the golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, not right away. But
yeah,
I mean,
it will ultimately.
Ultimately, over time, the ratings go down, everything goes down. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. And you have a situation where even when people do win the major tournaments, no one cares because Tiger's not there. Yeah. And it kind of takes away from these players who may have won anyway if Tiger didn't. So he's not serving the public. He's not serving the players on the PGA Tour. He's not serving the sponsors of the PGA Tour. Why does he still have a job?
Yeah. Like, what has he done?
What is he doing?
I would like to ask him. What have you done?
He's clearly failing.
What do you bring to the table?
Nothing.
Nothing. Get rid of him. I mean, I believe that is our general consensus.
Like, his sole job should be to get Tiger Woods back on the golf course.
Yeah. I mean, we could argue he's done what he's capable of. I mean, what can he do effectively?
Effectively? I think they should have moving therapy centers that go to where the PGA Tour goes.
Well, we know Tiger's a sex addict. You could probably give him fellatio. You know?
I think he would probably enjoy that.
He's probably had more. Well, he clearly couldn't have any worse success than he's had thus far.
Absolutely. Really anything he could do. Like, why isn't he catering more to Tiger? Yeah. I mean, really, I think the PGA Tour should step up and try to make this divorce happen between Tiger and Elin because everyone knows it's where it's going anyway.
Inevitable.
Like, that $55 million, why should that come out of Tiger's wallet? That should come out of the PGA's wallet because they're going to make that money back as soon as Tiger steps back on the course.
Agreed. All right, that's it for our first segment, folks. We will be returning after a short break. Hope you enjoyed.